it going, folks? Well, looks like it's actually turned into spring finally. The trees and the flowers are all blooming. Getting up to 77, 78. And this is like 6 o'clock at night. So, yeah, pretty doggone, pretty spring-like to me anyway. I'm on my way now to Nashville to meet up with a friend of mine from Knoxville that I haven't seen in like 10 years. A friend of mine named Dwayne. And to touch on the whole e-cigarette thing, because I've had a couple people message me lately and ask me about it. Roll up this window so you can hear everything. It's gonna suck being as hot as it is, but oh well, I'll deal with it for y'all. Don't y'all feel special. Okay. As of today, I've gone 50 days, 6 hours, 25 minutes, and 5 seconds without smoking. I have not smoked 1,759 cigarettes. Saved myself a grand total of $510.11, and saved myself 7 days, almost a whole week worth of, well, it is a whole week. Saved myself a whole week worth of time that I would have been outside or just sitting there smoking. That's a lot of time. And the time thing's something that you don't really consider, but if you're working a job, when you go outside to smoke on your smoke break or whatever, that's time that takes away from you being productive. Of course, so are breaks, if you want to argue that way, but if you're one of those that's just, if you're doing the business for yourself, that's 7 days worth of productivity that you lose just by smoking. So I understand that one too, but that's kind of a weird one. Now, I've had a little setback with the blue e-cigarette. No, I haven't smoked any. There's my little emergency pack, still sealed up. Still sitting right there in my console getting smashed like everything else in there. But the blue e-cigarette, I've had an issue with it not holding a charge very long, or maybe it's just that I wore them out, because I use one up, plug it in to charge, and wear out the other one, and then be sitting there for a while with no e-cigarette at all. I did go to ecigarettebrand.com. Oh, wait a minute. That is just too neat. Is she coming down this way? It's one of those 3-wheel motorcycles. That's kind of odd. They actually have a reverse on them. Probably not going to be able to see it too well. But there she goes. It's one of those Can-Am motorcycles. That's pretty slick. And it's got a reverse on it. That I did not know. Probably not going to be able to see it too well. But there she goes. It's One of those Can-Am motorcycles. That's pretty slick. And it's got a reverse on it. That I did not know. Just tooling all around the parking lot in it. No helmet on. Probably why she didn't come out. That's okay. That's pretty slick though. Don't see them often around here, especially. Yeah, smile and wave. You're going to be on YouTube. That is slick. She knows I'm filming her. Anyway, that's why I carry more than one camera around with me at all times, because you never know when you're going to have to stop. Back to my story. Okay, the e-cigarettes. I was sent one, a link to one that was supposedly the government wants you to quit, and they were offering you this e-cigarette for just the shipping, $4.95. And you can check it out, but I highly recommend you do not get the kit. And I'll tell you why. It's www.ecigarettebrand, or ecigbrand, I think it is, .com. I had no problem whatsoever paying $4.95 for shipping for them to send it to me. I even went a little further, and for $29.95 a piece, ordered 2 kits of the menthol, which I never smoked menthol. What I was thinking about ordering those, I'll never know. The flavor of those filters was so harsh and so nasty, that in itself was enough to make you just want to quit and put the whole mess down and not ever touch them again. Maybe that's their whole thing. Be that as it may, had I done that, I'd have still got screwed. Because they also bill you, like a month or so later, they bill you another $98 and send you 2 more of the regular nicotine packs. They don't ask. It's not in any of the information when you sign up to get the free kit. But you just get this package in the mail one day with 2 packs of filters in it for their brand of e-cigarette. And you automatically get your credit card or debit card billed for $98. I'm not playing that. I called them up, got them to give me a return or RMA code. I told them I did not open them. I was not going to open them. But I wanted to return those and get them to credit the money back to my account. Because for starters, I hadn't even started using the ones that came with the e-cigarette. I pulled 2 of them out. The regular, supposedly regular nicotine flavor, which was nothing like nicotine. It tasted like plastic. Burning plastic that kind of hinted around the nicotine. And the menthol one was so harsh, it felt like it was just, you're breathing in crystals and it's going into your lungs. Nobody that I know of, nobody in their right mind would use that for any length of time at all and put it down. I mean, it was nasty. So I quit using them, but I figured out that my blue e-cigarette filters actually worked on that battery. It's a little bit smaller diameter, like the outer edge of it, but it still worked on it. So in the process of me switching and using the e-cigarette brand battery, one of my blue e-cigarette batteries died. Now, blue has got a return thing on them because they warranty them for, I think, a year. And then if it breaks or quits working on you, you send it back and they send you another one. I haven't done that part yet. Well, a friend of mine that I worked at Dell with, named Michael, yeah, another Michael, I got a lot of them in my life for some reason, had also decided that he was going to start trying to quit at the same time. He was smoking considerably more than myself and my wife put together. So he found an e-cigarette in Nashville. I guess there's a place there. There's a group. It's actually a whole almost cult-like following around using the e-cigarettes. Now, there's a specific type or kind of e-cigarette that they use, which is the one that the maintenance guy at Unipress that I first started questioning the e-cigarettes also happened to have. Now, his was kind of big and bulky, and I wasn't real keen on the whole idea of having that. I liked the blue e-cigarette because it was just 2 or 3 inches tall, battery and filter included, just about like yay big. Y'all have seen me smoking them in the video before. Started smoking those, and they were great. You could tuck them in your pocket and have them on you. Nobody knew. No big deal. Wasn't real intrusive. Wasn't even the size of a cigarette pack. And anytime you wanted, you could just pick it up, pull on it, and then put it away. Well, like I said, those batteries, the one battery on the blue cigarette died. I used an ecigbrands.com battery with the blue filters, and they worked just fine. So I was alternating back and forth between the ecigbrands.com's battery and the blue battery that I had that was still good. Only problem is the ecigbrands.com battery lasted really well. The battery was great, just the flavors sucked. That battery actually took a long time to charge, but you got twice as much out of it as you did the blue e-cigarette. So, I mean, if I could have just found another one of those batteries, I'd have probably been alright. But my wife got to talking to this gentleman, Michael, that we used to work with, and he was telling her about the groups that they have in Nashville and surrounding areas. They call vaping groups, because basically all it is you're vaporizing you're vaporizing the liquid and inhaling it, which no big deal. It's not harmful, not nearly as harmful, even with nicotine in it. It's not nearly as harmful as what you would get out of a cigarette. So you're still good, you're not affecting people around you, only yourself. Anyway, she decided that she wanted to try one of the type of e-cigarettes that they use. Because for starters, they have a larger battery. There's a lot more different flavors that you can get out of the lot more different flavors for the vaporizing cigarettes, the e-cigarettes, and they've got chambers, and you can refill them a whole lot easier. They're a whole lot cheaper. So last Friday, I guess it was, my wife decided that she was going to order us a couple of the cheaper ones. They're only like $30. And I was kind of skeptical because I wanted one that if it came to it and the battery died in it, that I could take, like wherever I'm at, I could take the bottom off of it or the top or whatever and drop a regular battery down in it and keep right on going. I'd heard that the fluids last you all day in one of them if you fill it completely full. So the state patrol's out and about. That's nice. We went and we got them in. This is it. This is called the EGO Twist. You take this black tip off, like so, and then you put your flavoring down in there. Got a little rubber O-ring on it, and all the vaporizing is done in a little chamber there. Now you can see all the fluid. That's what you're boiling. There's basically little metal wires in there that come up each side of this vial, and those heat up and vaporize all this liquid, and that's what you inhale. This has, I believe, if I'm not wrong on this, I believe this has a 2400 milliamp hour battery in it, which is great. And you charge it much the same way you do a regular e-cigarette. I've already charged this one, so I'm ready to go for the evening. You can buy these separate too, so that you can go out with several different flavors for the evening. This is the actual battery itself. With the Egos, you can actually put these tips, these boiling chambers or vaping chambers, on several different ones of these e-cigarettes. Oddly enough, they all use the same thread pattern on their filters. So technically, if I got to where I didn't like any of these flavors, which I really do, I could take a blue filter, which would kind of eliminate the point of getting this one, and put it on the top of this and still smoke it. Or still vaporize it, whatever you want to call it. These you can actually shut off so they're not on all the time, not wearing down. Except for at night, I don't think that's going to be an issue. Like I said, I really like these flavors. This one is vanilla. I've got berry or wild berry and strawberry, banana, watermelon. They've even got the vaporizing gel, whatever it is. It's like food grade level glycoline or something that you actually pour in and then mix your own flavoring in it, and then just go to town. Michael MacGyver, my neighbor, actually got a bottle of the glycoline so he can make his own flavor, so I'm kind of interested to see what he comes up with. Personally, I'd kind of like to see a cinnamon flavor. Now, supposedly at these gatherings and parties that they have for these things, they've got people that have got all different kinds of flavors that they've made of their own. Some of them that are mass produced, and like I said, it's almost a cult following. That, turn my lights on, it's getting dark. But I think we'll be a lot happier with these just because of the fact they still have the really good flavors. They've got several really good ones. And with the blue e-cigarettes, the filters, you get a little box of 5 of them for like $13. You can pay like $6 or $7 for the bottles with the flavor in them of these. I could be wrong about that price too, but that's one of the sites I saw had them for like $6 or $7, and refill this chamber several times. So there's that too. Now, I'm not sure what kind of warranty these batteries have on them, if there is any, or what the deal is. But like I said, the one that I'd like to have is quite a bit thicker than this. It's not any longer, but it's thicker. And you can actually put like a AA, I think it is, battery in it. Oh, man. But I figure a AA battery ought to last a pretty good long while. And if you get a rechargeable, that's just a bonus. Because most of these you can recharge. They do have the one-time use throwaway ones that you just buy off the shelf for like 18 bucks. And you can ride down the road huffing and puffing on them. You get like, I think they said like 300 hits off of them. I've never quite made that with even one of the e-cigarette, or one of the blue e-cigarette filters. 300 out of something like this, maybe. But off of the blues, more like 150, maybe 200 real hits. If you're smoking it like you do a regular cigarette, probably 150 to 200, somewhere in that range. But anyway, that covers that really well. Actually, probably a little too well. See what kind of trouble I get into tonight with my buddy from Knoxville.